Hi, my name is Kelly Cyberlick, and today I'm going to show you a project how to make a mat using recycled grocery bags, and I'm going to show you the first couple of steps. So the first step is to take a grocery bag and you're going to want to make it back into its original form as much as possible, getting it as even as you can and flattening it out. You'll do that with 3 bags and stack them on top of each other. And the last step, you'll want to get them as even as possible with the bottoms and the tops together and flatten them out. Once you have them flat and looking like the original, then you will fold them in half, flatten out, and fold it in half again. So from this step, you're going to want to cut off the top part and the bottom part. So first I will show you with scissors, and then I will show you with a cutting blade. So with scissors, you will just cut the top and cut the bottom. With this extra, you'll want to put it in a recycling bin and use that for recycling. Now, once you have this, you're going to want to cut it in the middle and then half and half, so you'll get 4 strands. So, middle, half, and half. Now, you have the beginnings to make the yarn. Now I'm going to show you how to cut using a rotary cutter. So yet again, tops, off, bottoms, off, and then in the middle, and half, and half. I'll show you how to make the yarn. So you'll take the bags that you just made into strips, you'll take one and another. You'll pass one through the loop, and then you'll bring it one side in through the other to make a loop. Start to pull, and when you get close enough, you'll push your fingers and pull together to make a knot. Once you do the very first one, you'll take a second one and do the exact same thing. But with this one, you'll need to make it even. So what I like to do is I like to pull it so it's tight and even together. Do the same thing by holding it in place, opening your 2 fingers, and sliding it through. Just need to make sure that it's looped. So once again, through. I'm going to take my right hand, put it through the other part, pull it tight so I know exactly where the knot's supposed to be. Take my 2 fingers, pull apart, and pull. And you just keep doing that until you make an entire bundle. Once you're done tying the knots, then you will make it into a ball so that it is easier to crochet with. And there you go, you have your yarn.
Now I'm going to show you how to crochet the mat. The first thing that you need to do is make a knot on your crochet hook. I'm using a size Q crochet hook. You can use anything between an N and a Q. They will all work. It just depends on how tight you want it to be. The first thing that you need to do is you need to make a loop around your fingers with the ball side underneath the short side. Then you will stick your crochet hook into the center, hook the short side and pull it up through the middle. You will then pull on the short side until it's tightened. And that is your original knot that you need to start working with. Okay? So, after you get your knot tied onto your crochet hook, you're going to want to make a series of chain stitches. In normal crochet, you'll wrap the yarn around your middle finger and through so that you can get tension. Working with the plastic, the tension is basically just going to be used with your forefinger. You'll want to grab the knot that you have on your crochet hook, bring the crochet hook around, grab the yarn and pull it through. So, and holding the end that's closest to the crochet hook with your middle finger and your thumb. Your tension, this part here, is going to be with your forefinger. So again, hook the yarn, pull it through. And, you know, the tension isn't really that important on this. You'll try to make them as even as possible, but they're not going to be very even because the bags are different weights and things. The whole thing purpose is to just to get it going. And you know, try not to be a perfectionist. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be, you know, a series of chain stitches. And I'm going to just put a few in here. You can see how I'm doing the tension, just holding it between my, actually I'm holding it between my forefinger and my middle finger, and I'm holding the working in by the hook with my thumb and my fourth finger, or ring finger. So just keep doing that. You'll want to have it tight enough that it'll hold, but loose enough that you can work with it. Like I said, this first part can be pretty tricky and a little difficult because the different sizes and strengths of the yarn that you're working with, the different bags. And there's two ways. You could either, I make mine 7 feet by 4 feet, you know, to accommodate large people. You can make it anywhere between 5 foot by 3 foot up. It just depends on you what you want to do. So we'll pretend that you know, we've got 4 feet here. When you make your first row of single crochets, you're going to skip the very first stitch and you're going to put your hoop into the second one, your hook. Okay, you're going to pull the yarn through and you're going to have 2 loops on your hook. Then you're going to hook the yarn again and you're going to pull it through both loops. And the first row is always hardest because you're working with just the chain stitches. So I'm going to do a few more here. Hook, pull through, hook again, pull through 2. So you're basically inserting your hook in the center of the chain stitch, grabbing the yarn and pulling it through. Then you're going to grab the yarn again and pull it through the 2 loops that are on your crochet hook. When you run into knots, as you just saw, there's a bit of a struggle sometime. So I'm going to finish this off camera and then I'll show you how to go to the second row. Okay, once you get to the end of the row of stitches that you made into the chain stitch, you're going to want to make 1 chain stitch. This is sometimes called a turning stitch. Then you will turn your piece over because you always crochet from right to left. Okay? And you're going to insert the hook into the first chain stitch that you made, you'll see that there's actually the two pieces there. You know, this is the top of your single stitch. So you put it into the top of the single stitch, hook it around your hook, pull it through, then hook more yarn around your hook and pull it through. So again, you'll insert your hook into the top of the single chain stitch that you made, grab the yarn, pull it through the hole, hook more yarn, and pull it through the two loops that were on your hook. So in, pull through, hook, pull through, in, pull through, hook, pull through. And you will repeat the process until you get the size of mat that you want to get. And it's as easy as that.
So after you've completed the steps and after you start crocheting, your mat begins to look like this, an actual mat. And what's cool about this is it gives the homeless people an opportunity to have comfort as well as insulation. So what we're doing is recycling and we're helping the homeless.